Listen to me and just shut up. The and isn't supposed to be in the title. It's listen to me and shut up. The path of truth. I'm Text5581. You follow me and subscribe. Truthgods.blogspot.com. You know that already. You know that I post articles there talking about the things that are in my brains. Because your gods and every faith go in my brains. Ever since I was in the womb, I've been listening to everything, every conversation. I've been hearing the first drafts of your books of holy worshipness, and I know everything that you wish you knew. Now, I'm not a prophet. I'm not saying I'm your new God. I'm not saying I'm a medium. I'm not saying I'm going to tell you what your aunt is thinking. What I can tell you is what I've been told and what I hear in my brains. There's not much I can do being a vessel of light. And it's not just faith's leaders that speak to me. It's aliens from different universes. Truthgods.blogspot.com. The number to call 562-396-5594. That's 562-396-5594. One more time. 562-396-5594. Now you know what's going on. Let me tell you something. The other day I had someone throw a bagel at my head. This man tried to come over to me and tell me I didn't know nothing about Moses. He threw all these things at my head. Gefilte fish. He almost hit me over there for the bottle man of Shevitz. I said, listen, brother, I'm not saying anything that they want me to tell you. I have a lot of secrets out of my mind. They don't want anything to share with you. Yeah, Moses talks to me. I'm sorry that upsets you. You know what he did? He became a follower. He came over that night. That's right, I had a big following come over to the bar and we started talking. I started telling them everything that was in my brains. They were all writing it down. They all listened to this podcast. I want to say hello to all of them. Hello, Martin. Hello, Sheila. I know you're out there listening. Robert, of course. I want to thank you, Robert, again a couple of weeks ago or last weekend, whatever it was. I forget now. He had us over there. I had a big turnout. I had about 10 people out in my bar and I was just sitting there and explaining everything. He's telling me I don't know. He's telling me I don't know. He's throwing items at me. We're in the store. I'm trying to shop. I don't hear from Moses. Oh, really? Now he knows what's in my head. He's a human CAT scan machine, isn't he? He was hugging me at the end. Now he's at my house listening to me. He heard me. I had another man come up to me. He threw a slice of pizza in my face and stepped on my shoe. He said, you don't know nothing about Krishna. I said, excuse me? I had pepperoni on my face. I said, excuse me? I said, you know what, brother? I'm going to forgive you for what you just did. My toe is hurt. My face has all sorts of cheese and pepperoni dripping, but you know what? It doesn't bother me. You don't have to believe that Krishna and a lot of the facets that make up Hinduism is in my brains. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to throw food at me and other things like this. Guess what? He became a follower. He was at my house. He was at the barn listening. Everyone comes in, we start off, we have a few drinks, we like to talk, socialize, catch up. But then when we go in that barn, I tell them what's been on my brains for all these years and all these decades. Truthgods.blogspot.com. You go there and you'll understand. You can read my stuff right there. Telling me something, telling me about I don't know Ra, that Ra's not speaking to me. Telling me this stuff, telling me that I know Buddha, that Buddha would never go in my brains. Oh, really? He has the key to the city of my brains. He has the key to the city. He come in anytime. They all come in anytime. You think Jesus has any problem just entering and talking? He does it all the time. Muhammad, you know what? None of these people want their books progressively changed. You see a lot of these people who are woke up, right? And they want to start changing things. I hear what they're telling my brains. No, don't let them touch it. We edited it. We proofread it. We went back and forth. These are the books. You can make up all the different things you want. That's fan fiction. That's what they're telling me in my brains. But then you see, I have voices from aliens and other life forms telling me otherwise sometimes. That's why they conflict, and that's why they're working out issues in my brains. They always have. We ought to change the Quran, said this one alien. You get out of here, said Prophet Muhammad. And then they had a little argument. I can't intervene, I just listen. It's in my brains. That Quran will never be changed. That Bible will never be changed. It went through changes, that's not gonna change. You think Hinduism's gonna change? You think Judaism's they're gonna change the Torah, really? Oh man, if you could see and hear what's in my brains. If only you could hear and see what's in my brains. People throwing their food and pizzas all over me. Then they follow me, you see? Cause once the dust clears and that smoke go away, you know I know what I know is in my brains, and you know it too. That's why you're listening to me right now on your favorite podcast. I don't care if you're listening to it on YouTube. I don't care where you're listening to this right now. You share with your friends and you spread the word that I have it all in my brains. If they have any questions, listen, I'm going to open up and I'll tell you what conversations they're having in my brain. You don't believe me? That's funny, right? Ra doesn't talk to you. I had Zeus and Ra in my brain at the same time. Yeah, and you make it sound like it's so easy, right? You know that burden I have to carry around in my brains, knowing that I've been knowing all this stuff? Were you put into an empty refrigerator box and left outside your school? No, you weren't. I was, and I came out a free man. And I knew everything that was in my brains, and I kept it all there. I kept it all there. Where was mommy and daddy? Oh, they were afraid. He got voices in his brains, they'd say. And anytime anything bad happened around the house or over at the families, who would they blame? Me. Text 5581. I'm not going to tell you my real last name. You know that. I'm going to tell you my real last name. 5581 is my real last name, given to me by other life forms across different galaxies. You think that the name that my parents gave to me is my real name? The name given to you ain't your real name either. Let's see how awake you are. That's not even your real last name now, is it? You don't care. You don't even know. You don't even know. All these things presented to you in all of your literature and all of your getting together and listening to these things and all your prayers, they're in my brain. I know what they're going to be talking about. Throwing food at me like I'm a big plate. Yeah, all these things happening around my family when I was growing up. Anything bad happened, they blamed it on me. They always blamed it on me. Scared of the truth. Scared that my brains were a vessel. That Moses would be able to come in and speak to me. That Jesus would come and be able to just have conversations and confer with other beings in my brains. I get it. Jealousy's a funny thing, right? Especially when it comes to knowledge, and knowledge we don't understand. We want to understand. I get it. You probably upset that I'm not openly, readily available to share all these private things. I want peace too. I want answers too. You can have that. You can have that if you follow this. You go to truthgods.blogspot.com. Telling me a thing or two. 562-396-5594. 562-396-5594. You know what to do. You leave me your questions. You tell me what's going on in your life. I've had so many questions recently, especially those who first tried to argue and assault me, and then they became a follower and they have questions, and we sit there, Not all night, but like a lot of the time. We're up late. It is just ridiculous, I'll tell you. Like that time my stepsister, she's riding a bike. She set up a brick and a little plank of wood trying to do some jumps. Well, she went flying off and that wood broke up. Gee, have you said, girl, why's she doing this? No one tried to stop her, I did. Because I knew what was going to happen. I told you better watch out. Some things are not meant to be. Boy, oh boy, did she go flying. And as a part of her flying through the air, I said, you know what's going to be worse? Not that initial shock of breaking that, but of flying in the air. She was flying. Her hair was going everywhere. I could see it all. I said, man, you know what's going to happen? She's going to hit and bounce. She did. She hit and bounced. I saw her body bounce. Just because she wanted to do some Evel Knievel type trick. Evil. See? Evel Knievel. That's what happens. Now she walks with the limp. She can't even dance anymore and she walks backwards. She walks backwards every time she passes gas. You think that's nice? But who got blamed for that? I got blamed for that. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. You were with your stepbrother, huh? Let's get that empty refrigerator box empty. He got voices in his brains, and he knows when you're gonna go flying. Your body bouncing. Her body bounced. And then the other day, I had pizza smacked across my face. I get it, society. I get it, you. I get it, all of you. It's okay. I'm not going anywhere. You think I'm going to get upset by any of this? You can't upset me. I have the greatest gift. I have the greatest gifts. I have all of your faith. I have all of your faith, and your Doyle is just speaking into my brains. I have my followers. And you're a follower too. You know you are. That's why you're listening to this show. So you know what? You better share it with your friends. Hey, text 5581. You heard this guy? He got your leader, your faith, your God in his brains. No, that can't be. That can't be. Listen. Just listen to his show. Listen to me and shut up. Path of Truth. You think it's all a game, right? It is all a game. That's why they're going to hit the reset button at the end of this game. I want to live after the game, don't you? Well, I know how. You know that. You know you got to help yourself find that bathtub located in the Middle East. You know that. I told you that. That's what they were talking about in my brains. It's all a game. It's been a game for 12,000 years. It's about to hit the reset button. Where are you going to be? I'm going to be fine in a tub. I'm going to be fine in a tub. How's that, text 5581? How are we going to find some sort of bathtub out there? You believe, and you will. If you believe it, then it will. You heard that one before, right? If you believe it, you will. That's the truth. That's one of the smartest things I ever read from a fortune cookie. Let me tell you something. Truthgods.blogspot.com 562-396-5594. You gotta leave me your comments. I can feel some of you doubting me. I know it. Throwing bagels at my head, gefilte fish at my shins. I know it. You blaming me for doing Evel Knievel type stunts. I know all of you. I know it. Not because I'm a clairvoyant medium, but it's because they're all speaking in my brains. And I know what's going to happen to some of you, because they talk about you on a first name basis. Not all the time. Sometimes I just have to give me an initial, otherwise they know I want to talk so bad. That's why that's why it's all secretive in my brains. Well, I've told you enough. You better subscribe and listen. Listen to me and shut up. The Path of Truth. You tell your friends and you share this podcast. You do it anything it takes to share the word. It's not even a podcast. It's a show. This is a lesson. This is an online lesson. So you come back for the next lesson. I don't know when that's going to be. That's why I got to check out truthgods.blogspot.com. I'm writing articles on there. You better be sharing that. They're in my brains.